Let's go. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, peoples? I'm back. I'm back. It's Wednesday. It's a little late. I just finished this workout session. Supposed to been up in here. You know, a couple topics going on today. Um, what should I start? Um, we going live today though. We got this thing clicking today. So yeah, let's get started. We got ceasefire. Talked about that last time. We got the ceasefire going on. Let's get this right quick. So a little bit right quick. Let's slide it in here. We got the ceasefire going on. Um, the TikTok ban coming up Sunday. What else we got going on up in here? What I put down up in here? LA fires, Pasadena, Altadena. You got schools, businesses, homes still burning. We're gonna talk about that. They got the National Guard there. It's usually, with the government, they always bring the National Guard in. That's one thing. Boy, looking Chinese up in here. No disrespect. It's tight. Like I say, you boys just got out the shower. But yeah, so TikTok ban. They also talking about the food dye. That red number 3 is supposed to have some traits leak to cancer, causing cancer. They say up in rats right now, but we know the food been killing us allegedly. So yeah, we go dive into it. But so let's talk about TikTok ban. So they got the gentleman that wants to buy TikTok. They also talking about Elon Musk wants to buy TikTok as well. You have a billionaire that wants to purchase it. He don't want to say the amount, but he basically said he feel TikTok is worth 20 billion. Okay, giving Elon another platform. I don't know if y'all ready for that. Y'all already see he rubbing shoulders with the president, and he about to have his hands in a lot of things like running the world, and a lot of financial things that's about to be decided in this country that we live in. So, I tread lightly on that. I understand y'all want y'all platform. I understand y'all make a lot of money off that. I'm all for everybody getting their money. Um, Men, women, black men get your money. I have no problem with that. But me personally, I'm not on. Uh, I never been on TikTok. I just don't follow. You got enough social media platforms. They create one like now. They created another one just in case TikTok go down, and they already got people moving to that social media site. I think it's called Lemonhead or something with lemon. But yeah, look it up. So I mean, like, I'm more of a leader than a follower. So I try to move to my own beat of the drum. Uh, I mean, you got the choice to do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're a content creator, I totally understand. But as far as me, I just when I saw a billion people subscribed to that and signed up, what's another voice? And for one, like I say, from my theory of it, what they putting in the algorithm over here in America is what's hurting our youth right now, strictly. Because over there across the country, like China, the algorithm is totally different from what we see here. I mean, you got educational stuff. You have them teaching them business etiquettes. You have them teaching them trades. Off of that, you have them. It's a whole different type of networking platform than what we have over here and what we're using it as. And I mean, simply they know, like I said, what we over here using it for, and they know the messages that's getting out. They see, what's hot. They see how we're using it. So why would you change anything? You know what I'm saying? If that's what they like, You know what I'm saying? If the algorithm is working, then I wouldn't change it either. So me personally, I'm not a TikTok, I'm not a Snapchat, I'm not on X. I'm definitely not on X. I know why that, because I don't approve of the guy who runs it. So I mean, you gotta stick to something. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? If you don't stand for something, you go fall. You know what I'm saying? You know that saying. You know what I'm saying? So I try to keep some morals and values to the things I do and the decisions I make. But yeah, so with that coming, they say Sunday is the deadline. I really feel that you should have put it up in the Supreme Court hands anyway. Let them decide. I don't know why it seemed like it's a money grab, because for one, you saying, okay, we're gonna let the Supreme Court decide, but if we let an American company purchase it from ByteDance, then well, we won't make that decision to ban the app. You know what I'm saying? So it's a bunch of baloney, if you ask me. Some bullshit. Um, Also, they say Apple, if they do keep the app, Apple will basically won't be able to have the updates. So basically, the app will become unusable in months, because if you're not able to update, you're not able to keep keep the keep the program running basically. So the one guy, the billionaire who talked about buying it, he say they're in talks about buying it, but they don't want to sell the algorithm. So they won't mind selling the app, but they won't sell the algorithm. The problem with that is, as he says, like I say, the whole big thing of the app is the algorithm. That's what keeps TikTok going. That's what keeps the headlines, the stories. That's what keep people, engaged. As they say, is the algorithm, because what they seeing, um, the content creators, what they put out, the different feeds you can find, different filters. So I just I just say, hey man, to each his own. But we got enough brainwashing shit going on right now that's running the world and having us caught up in, what I'm saying, different identities and trying to figure out who we are, and body shaming, mental health. So teenagers and children being misguided. So I just I just that's I I can do without it. Um the whole craze of it, especially the damn dancing. I'm not that old, but damn man, if I see another person doing a damn TikTok and dancing in the middle of the street, you could be in the mall walking to the store and a motherfucker bust out on TikTok. It's like it's crazy. I totally felt like I don't club like that no more, but I totally felt it seemed like in the next 5 years, everybody gonna be in the club doing TikTok dances. Now, that's just crazy. I don't get that at all. That's just crazy. Yeah. So let's move on to this ceasefire. Okay. So you got Biden and Trump fighting over who got the credit. This man not even in office yet, and he worried about taking credit for a situation. For one, this could have been happening. Like I said, Netanyahu. It seemed like once he got in trouble with the politics, that he was all for the cause of the ceasefire. Biden um kept pouring money there, thinking that, I guess, that was gonna make them change, because it's really all about the hostages being released, and that's what Biden is basically, moving off of as he gets pushed out of office. That my main job is to get the hostages free, which I totally understand. I definitely have a concern about the people, definitely concerned about the hostages, because I mean, I wouldn't want that to happen to anybody in my family or myself, for me to just even travel to another country and know that I'm in risk of my life just because I'm from America. Yeah, that's wild. So I totally agree with Biden's stance on definitely making the hostages number one. But to be pouring a lot billions of dollars into something, and the crisis just kept going on, the deadly war and the tragedy that was going on over there wasn't getting resolved with the people that was running the country. I mean, if we stuck our nose in it and put our money into it, I feel you could have more leverage to get those hostages free before, or get them to move on a ceasefire or stop giving them money. That's definitely one thing. Stop donating to a cause that you know is basically uh it's killing another country over there. You know what I'm saying? They hurting their people. Their resources are getting shorted. I mean, it was a moment in time last year to where we couldn't even get goods and services over there to the people just because they were scared of the people bringing in bombing them. So yeah, it's wild. So and like I say, with this Trump thing, the transition to that I mean, it's gonna be a lot of bullshit that he's gonna say that he did, but what's gonna really show is these next 100 days. As soon as he get in after this 20th, his cabinet, what are they gonna be pushing? What bills? What's the agenda? Showing us um what legislation that he's approving as he get in there, and as well as people watching the stock market, the job market, inflation. So as well as spending, you know, um, the cost of living, your grocery bill. So I feel those things are going to be more important his first 100 days. So how he moves on that, I think the woofing and the talking that he's doing is more of scare tactics. You know what I'm saying, to the other countries like China and what I'm saying, to Canada and Mexico. I feel like scare tactics. You know what I'm saying. So he got a lot to handle here, and you know we'll see how that go. Because the it's a circus to me, and the animals are out to play. Yeah, that's what it seems like. You got animals running the country. So yeah, you know, uh, but we shall see. I still definitely don't approve of the inauguration being on Martin Luther King Day. um, it means so much more to a lot of people. With the inauguration clown that day and what it means to a lot of people. I also seen that Michelle Obama won't be attending, which I totally understand. Uh, if I was a president, or I I wouldn't want to attend myself, even though that's a duty I have to fulfill. And that's the crazy thing about it. You tied to some things for life. You know what I'm saying? Just because the jobs you have, and um, he led a flock being Obama, and I guess each president has to come and pay their respect and show respect to the next president or the president elect each time. But when does that stop? When do I have to stop coming to pay my respect? Or when do I have to stop, what I'm saying, coming to these events? You know what I'm saying? Don't do nothing for me because I'm not making decisions anymore. Yes, yes, indeed. He was campaigning for the Democrats. Obama was campaigning for the Democrats. And Michelle Obama was too. But look what they have done. It didn't do anything. All that campaigning and talking about what this person go do or what you feel they can do in their track record. Another man, especially a person that didn't do what they supposed to did while they had the opportunity, trying to tell me about what this next person gonna do. Yeah, nah. I move off results. Yeah, your track record is what I go by. So yeah, the LA fires. Let's transition to that. So you got Pasadena, Altadena. I hear they say the winds is coming back and things can get a little rough. There's about 19% contained. I heard 17%. Then I heard 19% contained. Excuse me. It's crazy. So they say the wind could be coming back because powerful winds are threatening the recovery um, of the fires being put out. So completely. My thing is, okay, it was in the hills, then it spread it. Not to be a conspiracy theorist, but it seems like they weren't trying to contain the fires. Like they was more or of letting them spread. And once it spread into Pasadena, which is a black community outside of the hills, it seems to me that, it pushed a lot of minorities out of their homes, even our brown people. So that's crazy. So a lot of people lost all they have, their homes. A lot of them wasn't insured. So a lot of them won't be having anything to go back to. They won't be able to rebuild. Um, the insurance won't be paying for anything to give them um, the proper value of the home to transition to somewhere else. So basically, you start from ground zero. I was listening to another brother podcast, and he was like, it's just like Katrina. They told you if you don't come back to claim this property within this time, it will be seized. The government will own it. And if you can't afford to rebuild in a certain time, then I guess you lost the land. And with the resources they have, you can see online people are lined up just for goods and services, Pampers, food, water. You got people lined up just to get a social security card, a birth certificate. You have them working with FEMA just to receive payments. I heard a lady talking that they're looking for new places to rent, and she say she was trying to rent, and most of the places are getting um sucked up so fast. People are relocating and rent new homes so fast that there are not enough options for people to find a new place to call home. And she say when she did find a place, the landlord upped the rent an extra $1,000. Now that's crazy. You talking about inflation? Now that's somebody taking advantage of the situation. You see these people displaced, and you list something, but it's basically like, I wouldn't say a competition, but it's oversaturated with so many people trying to find a home or relocate that you basically gouged the price, raised it to rent $1,000 from what you previously had it listed as. Now that should be a crime. But this the America we living in. Capital and greed. So yeah, that's crazy. I mean, you have schools burned, businesses burned. They say the elementary, the junior high, the high school. I mean, that's causing an education problem. I think the mayor said they canceled school until like January 26th just to try to get some things together because they know all these people are displaced. That's crazy to me. I mean, school is the last thing on these people's mind that's trying to feed their children and get their children a place to have a good night's rest. I totally understand that. But to lose that and not know where they're gonna go, or if their kids will be where they're gonna go to school at, I mean, that's crazy. The businesses that was lost there, you got to think how many people that probably didn't have insurance on their business, or the ones they did, they probably lost the goods and services that they have, that the inventory that they won't even be able to get back. So you got people. I heard the NFL player. I mean, he had not the NFL player, excuse me, the NHL player. He had some Stanley Cup rings. They trying to say somebody burglarized the house and may have stole them. Or do we know if they was burnt down in the fire? How do we know? One thing I was paying attention to that I was reading up on, that inmates. They have inmates working to assist with the fire. Yeah, in California for the fire rescue. They have um convicts basically. Nothing wrong with convicts, but I'm just trying to understand how you have these people out here assisting with the fire or the fire rescue or the cleanup. Now, wh- who's going to insure them? If something happened to them, say just burns, who's going to insure them? Um, let's say if they end up inhaling too much smoke, um, it could be cancerous, carcinogenic. Um, all type of things could go wrong. What if they die out there? Who's going to take care of that? Who's going to make sure they have proper burial? What about insurance policy on them? I'm sure the government's not providing them. with that. So like America is just getting wild. The things you thought they wouldn't do, and that seems like that's taking advantage of the system to me. You know what I'm saying? What y'all think about that? Because how I see it as to have those people out there like that, that's just I, I don't have no words for it. I can't say unprofessional, but that's abusing power to me. I mean, okay, I see Biden. He opened up the tab for government workers and what do you call them? Uh, for police, firefighters. He basically says, as much overtime as needed. The budget is open. We're not worried about money here. We want to make sure that we equip the city with all the resources that they need with those type of workers. So I get that, but a lot of those people have family too. So I guess it's not enough for them to go around that we have to use prisoners. We have to use convicts that's still in the system, that's still doing time currently. Mm. But you want to sit here and talk about there's people looting, but you're using convicts that's risking their life, or possibly could lose their life, or have some health problems later down the line that you feel that you're not gonna be responsible for. That's crazy talk. That's just crazy. So yeah, I mean, you got a lot of black people losing their home. You know what I'm saying? That's another black community being burned down. Seriously. I mean, people have been there for 30, 40, 50 years. Families raised there. It's been in the home, probably been there for generations. I even heard comedian, allegedly talking about that they're burning part of Cali down, especially where the hills is at, where those rich people at, because they're burying evidence. They just burning it away. Burning whatever evidence there was, or it is, or what they know about, because that's a different type of tax bracket they living in. Cali is very expensive, but to think that somebody blew the whistle and said, "Hey, we go burn this bitch down. We go burn it down." Like that's crazy as hell. But it's something I would think about because I can't say why you keep letting the fire spread, but from the mayor, no answer. Fire departments from all areas working together. Nobody contain it, no answer. From the evacuation, no solution. They didn't have evacuation plan. It it's very suspicious, and nobody's speaking about that. Everybody's passing the blame, kicking the bucket. Then you got the National Guard telling these people that they are not allowed to go back into their neighborhoods, blocking neighborhoods, telling these people that they can't go back. Okay, understandable. If the fire's still not put out, it's still light. You know what I'm saying? They still can reignite. Understand that. But then you have people that's in their home to where locations burnt down, or they're in areas to where you still in livable conditions. Once they leave outside of the home or the community, they're telling them they're not allowed back in. Now, what sense does that make? It seems like you hiding something, or is something else deeper going on? Because we saw what happened in Maui. Like they say, they feel there was something electronic coming from the sky. And then we just had these issues with these drones. Allegedly they say it could be the drones that did it. Nobody had an answer about the drones. But then they say beams coming out of the sky. We don't know what happened, but they sitting there saying that they got over hundreds of calls of when fires were being ignited. I heard today on live news now that they're trying to take calls from people from the day it started. I think they say January 7th. They're trying to take calls from anybody that called in about a fire that was ignited, that started, that they seen. People that was walking in the park riding a bike that morning. If anybody seen anything. So are you trying to say it's arsonist? Or are you just trying to say we trying to get the leads to where the fires first started and took place or was ignited? I'm trying to get what you're trying to say. What how is that going to help? You know what I'm saying? For one, yeah, Cali does have problems with wildfires. Cali does burn yearly. I get that. So how we wasn't prepared for this, or what was the action that was taken to stop it from spreading and continuing to spread? So now you have more and more people displaced. Especially like I heard the brother talk about Pasadena, because I didn't know there was so many black people staying there, so many African Americans. Like, it's crazy. And like I said, it seemed like, I don't know if it was like Maui. We feel somebody who did that to get people out of there so they can take over the land. So were you trying to get these people displaced to get the land? Elon Musk had headquarters there. Elon Musk had a home there. Not to say he's rubbing shoulders and running with the president. Is he trying to get a big piece of land to put a Tesla plant there? Is he trying to put something? I just heard, I just read and seen on the news that they're having issues now because they don't have too many places for the crafts to take off. So I want to say helipads like the helicopters, but basically for the aircrafts to take off, they don't have, all the places are reserved, from NASA to SpaceX. They got Starlink. So all these places have no place for the rockets to take off. So basically, they ain't need locations to that, and people don't want them in their backyard. Just like the damn towers, the 5G. Who wants that in their backyard? You know what I'm saying? It's causing problems, and they basically putting them in minority neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? Affordable living Section 8 areas. They put them there. Those towers. So it's a lot of stuff going on, and it's just 2025 just starting. 2024 was a hell of a year. I told you, stay tuned and pay attention to what's going on. But it was definitely a hell of a year. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people wasn't paying attention. They had the wool over your eyes. You know what I'm saying? You was partying, living it up. You know what I'm saying? Running away from your pain. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us was just had the mask on. And now that we seen that they put this person in office, and now you got to deal with it. That's just what it is. You got to deal with it. Yeah. So let's see what they're talking about now. We go transition to this cabinet situation. It was day 2 of the Senate cabinet confirmation hearings. You had Rubio in there. You had like 3 more other people that set against the Senate. It's always biased because they always say, well, the Democrats are giving the cabinet a hard time, but the GOP is, they're taking it easy on them. Why is it always Democrat versus Republican? Blue versus red. How about right versus right and wrong versus wrong? Because at the end of the day, the people that's about to be placed in this office with this man, half of them are unqualified. Let's just be real. Half of them don't have the credentials. And half of these people we have to live with on making decisions for our future, for our children, and for our daily lives. So that's what we're dealing with. That's the issue right now. But yeah, I'm gonna get off here. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. But yeah, it's another Wednesday, and it's the Wednesday rundown. This is Intellect News Network, and I'm giving you the news and reviews, current events. It's your boy, Darian Douglas. I'm signing off. Peace. Yeah.